I stand here in the glass halls of Gattaca, a perfect specimen in a world that demands it. My suit is sharp, my movements precise, my focus absolute, because one mistake ruins everything. My heart hammers against my ribs, a biological flaw I have to consciously suppress. I am an invalid, a faith birth, a ghost hiding among the genetically engineered elite. The name I use belongs to him, Jerome, my roommate. He is the Valid I stole my identity from, the perfect man I pretend to be. He is paralyzed, a god trapped in a broken body, but I am his And his blood, his urine, his very essence. Each morning is a ritual of borrowed life, a careful transfusion, a desperate deception. Then the mission director was murdered. The news spread through the sterile halls like a contamination, an imperfect event in a perfect world. Security locked down. The clean, bright corridors became a cage. Investigators arrived, hoovers in long black coats, their faces cold and calculating. And suddenly, my private, daily deception became a life or death performance on a public stage. They began genetic sweeps. We were herded like prized livestock, our blood and urine demanded at random. Each time, I felt the cold sweat, the terror that this would be the time the test would expose the invalid blood pumping in my valid veins. I returned to Jerome each night, a ghost haunting my own apartment, needing more of him to survive. He would provide, always with that bitter, knowing smile. This is how you're going to get caught, Vincent. You're borrowing a life you were never meant to have. He was right. I wasn't just hiding. I was an anomaly, a statistical error. And then they found it. An eyelash, found in a corridor near the director's office. A single, insignificant piece of biological refuse. But in Gattaca, nothing is insignificant. It was an invalid eyelash. It was my eyelash. The search parameters changed. They weren't just looking for a murderer anymore. They were looking for the impossible, the genetic ghost. They were looking for me, the flaw in their perfect machine. Paranoia became my shadow. Every glance from an investigator felt like an accusation. Every valid colleague who smiled at me seemed to know. I started seeing the man assigned to me, Detective Hugo, everywhere. He was the relentless face of the system, the man who only trusted the data, and the data told him an invalid was loose. Then came Irene. She worked in the office, a valid with a flaw of her own, a heart condition. She saw me, or rather, she saw the Jerome I projected. We were drawn together, two imperfect souls hiding in plain sight. We were drawn together, two imperfect souls hiding in plain sight. I let myself feel something. A dangerous human mistake. I gave her a piece of my hair for a private genetic test, a gesture of trust. Except it wasn't my hair. It was Jerome's. Another lie. Another layer of deception. I was building a life on a foundation of genetic theft, and the walls were closing in. The escape was too close. We were out, Irene and I, and the investigators sealed the block. A full genetic sweep. No one in, no one out. I had no samples, no valid blood, no way to hide. This was it. The end of the dream. The end of my life. I saw a crosswalk. Traffic. The only way out was to break the rules. I grabbed her hand and ran, dodging the automated cars, a primal act in a civilized world. I couldn't risk the test. I chose the chaos of the freeway over the certainty of the genetic scan. She looked at me, terrified but also thrilled. She saw a risk-taker, not a fugitive. I got us away, but the near miss left me shaking. I was becoming the man they were hunting. Reckless. Desperate. Jerome was watching. He watched the investigation on the news, a spectator at his own life's circus. "You're enjoying this, aren't you?" he asked, his voice sharp. "All this risk, proving them wrong." I had no answer. The launch to Titan was so close. The murder investigation had become my final, impossible test. I had to pass the scrutiny of the detectives. I had to pass the scrutiny of Irene. And I had to pass the scrutiny of the man I was pretending to be. The pressure was building, a crack forming in the perfect glass prison of Gattaca. I just had to hold the mask on. Just a few more days. The killer was found. It wasn't me. It was one of the mission directors. The Invalid hunt was called off. The system had blamed the ghost, but the real flaw was at the top. I was free. Not as Vincent, but as Jerome. The launch was cleared. I walked toward the launch gate, my dream just meters away. Dr. Lamar was waiting. A final, unscheduled urine test. I had nothing. No sample. No escape. He took the sample. I waited for the alarm. For the shout. For the end. He ran the test. The screen flashed. Valid. He looked at me. For someone who was never meant for this world. "I'm proud of you." He knew. He had known all along. He let me go. I boarded the ship, the engines screaming, and as I ascended into the heavens, I saw the smoke rising from our apartment. It was the only way I would ever leave this place. In the flames, I finally found my true destination, Jerome. The man I stole my life from had immolated himself in the incinerator. he left me one final, perfect gift. A drawer full of blood samples. He gave me his body, his name, and in his final act, he gave me his perfect, calculated death. He proved that the only thing stronger than a perfect genetic code is a human will that desires to be free of it. The NovaVerse is forming. We are witnessing creation, or perhaps this is NovaVerse. It's what the system loses when it tries to perfect the human soul. Who was the real Invalid in this story?